of the truly great traditions, the Baylor line. All the freshmen make their way out to McLean Stadium as the Sun Devils of Arizona State come a-calling against the Baylor Bears. Consider this the cherry on top. Hi again, everyone. Tim Brando, happy to have you with us. Old number 98 is by my side. Josh Sims will be with us shortly. Well, we've already seen some outstanding quarterback play on Fox here today, but I dare say, when you look at this Arizona State team in so many ways, we may be looking, Devin, at the best pitch and catch combination, not just in the Big 12, but in all of college football.
Yeah, you're going to see two of the best athletes in all of college football, like you said, today, and they're on the same side. Sam Levitt and Jordan Tyson, two guys who are going to be able to do some things like you're watching on your screen. A wrong-footed layup, jump shot, and then a leap over and a single leg bound into the end zone. If Arizona State can get the running game going, these two guys could have a field day on the field today.
After the disappointment in their home opener against Auburn, a bounce-back win against SMU, and in Sawyer Robertson, Baylor has maybe a guy statistically that's better than the rest in the Big 12.
Yeah, guys are just looking around the country and saying, who is this guy from Baylor, right? Leading the country in not only passing yards, but passing touchdowns. Well, I'm going to let you know, as I always do, what the tape says, and it's quite simple. Josh Allen, like now. People at home have probably jumped out of their seats and said, what is this guy talking about? And I'm just telling you, Tim, the similarities are compelling.
Yep.
The size, the speed, the athletic ability, the skill set, and the comparison of their stats. You take a look and you tell me what you see. Here's the comparison of Josh Allen's best season at Wyoming and Sawyer Robinson's first starting season. 3-game difference, and you can do the math on the stats there. As a passer, I think he's a little bit further along than Josh Allen was at the same stage. And the one thing that's compelling the most, the one skill I love, is in winning time. When their best is required, they both give it, and Sawyer Robertson is going to have to give his best today.
It's all about competition. We got plenty of that for you tonight. And our Progressive Game Flow is sponsored by Progressive. Big names making big plays on a big night of Big 12 here on Fox. A look at our weather in Waco. There will not be any weather delays tonight. 91, and it's as hot in the shade as it is in the sun. And let's go down to Josh Sims.
Well, Tim, we may be watching the best wide receiver in the country tonight in Arizona State's Jordan Tyson. Had a breakout campaign last season, but unfortunately, due to an injury, missed the team's two biggest games in the Big 12 championship game and the college football playoff. Came back from that injury this year, picked up right where he left off, highlighted by that acrobatic touchdown we saw from him last week. This Arizona State team knows they got to get him the ball, but they also know Baylor's going to do everything they can to take it away from him. They're going to use different ways to get him involved because they know magic happens whenever number 0 touches the rock.
Arizona State won the toss, deferred. Baylor receives. Fox College Football is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Home and auto coverage you can count on. Beautiful flyover here prior to the game. We welcome you back. Tough injury here. Really. So the Sun Devils make good on the turnover. Take it in for points and lead here at Baylor. Fox College Football is sponsored by Ram Trucks. Nothing stops Ram. My partner was echoing the thoughts of one Mike Pereira, who's standing by to give us an explanation on that call.
Yeah, I'll tell you, looking at that, I thought, ooh, it's an interception. But Ricky Lumiere, the replay official, does a really good job here. Because what he's going to do is he's going to touch the pylon before he gets control of the ball. And in college football, the pylon, you touch the pylon, you're considered out of bounds. So it was an incomplete pass. A good call on the field. Good job by replay.
The Bears will take that to tie it up at 3. He missed from 50 a year ago against BYU. This is a big-time kick for him. He'll draw some confidence after that one.
Tonight's keys to the game are sponsored by Cheez-It. For fans feeling the cheesiest. Now, for Arizona State, you've got to get other wide receivers involved. No other wide receiver has contributed, excluding one. Jordan Tyson cannot do it all. And for Baylor, you have to push them back. I gave you a stat earlier that they were 3 of 20 on 3rd down and long. Arizona State's offense was. If you can push them back, you'll be in game.
Clem, all 6'6", 295 of him, the redshirt junior.
Tim, an unbelievable play by Clem. What could have been Jordan Tyson, unable to make the play.
Fox College Football is sponsored by Pacific Life, building confident futures for nearly 160 years. Waco, Texas, home of Magnolia, the Gaines family, and the first family of this wonderful town. Great to be back here. It's been a while for our crew.
Now, Tim, it's not often that on the punt return team we say it's a game-saving tackle by a left tackle, number 70 in white. Hit, extend, disengage, and you save the day. A stick on Cameron.
Out of Mars, Pennsylvania. That play was from Mars. Out of this world.
Wow.
Our game summary sponsored by Pacific Life, building confident futures for nearly 160 years. A lot of action without a lot of scoring. That career-long 53-yarder tied this game at 3. Arizona State beset some by penalties in the first quarter.
And poised because it's a nice move off the line, but Javen Robinson is in perfect position. Watch him stay there, get in front, and reach that right hand in to knock the ball away.
Yeah, might have been getting away with one right there, too. Babatol shows why.
Here's my room. I want you.
College football on Fox is sponsored by Ram Trucks. Nothing stops Ram. Look at that right there.
Yeah, I mean, he is everything to this Sun Devil offense in the passing game. He continues to make catches and make big plays, but like I've talked about, you've got to find a way to get others involved, and not just the tight ends and running backs in the throw game. You got to get these wide receivers going so that they can have more space for their top wide receiver to make plays. The quarterback, but he did have his hands wrapped around.
Look at Hines Ward right there. Boy, oh boy. Super Bowl
illegal
champion.
formation. 5 players in the backfield. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Replay first down.
Former Steeler. And I got to tell you, Devin, I'm a little upset with myself that I didn't see him pregame when we went down there. I did see the great Danny White, who's become a little bit of an unpaid analyst for Kenny Dillingham. But Hines was one whale of a receiver at Georgia. Even played some quarterback at Georgia after some injuries in the mid-90s. Before becoming an All-Pro and a Super Bowl champion with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Of title, the loser can still have a good season, but you're going to be swimming upstream, baby, if you don't get the win tonight. A huge day in the Big 12. Young Kenny Dillingham from Chaparral High in Arizona, up by 7.
Don't want to miss an upset? Just tell Siri. Show me the college football schedule.
10-3 our score. We touched on Danny White a moment ago. Kenny Dillingham told me prior to the game, he said, I talk to him at least once a week, maybe twice a week. He gives me a pregame scouting report and then the scouting report for next week once we get done with this week. I said, does that make you an unpaid analyst? He said, well, I guess so. I'm really enjoying life right now. You talk about a star. Took Dallas to 3 NFC titles in the aftermath of filling the size 22s of Roger Staubach. He was also the punter for the Cowboys all those years in the 70s. Just a remarkable guy. Last appearance in the NFC title was 1980 against Philadelphia. Huntman will take that kick.
Timeout.
Tomorrow, another Fox NFL doubleheader starts with a rematch of last year's playoff classic. The Rams and the Eagles are other regional action. Then it's America's Game of the Week as Dak and the Cowboys take on Caleb and the Bears. Are the Cardinals and Niners? Check your local listings for games in your area. He has the other 3 points with the extra point. We're going to take a quick 30. Sawyer Robertson with his 11th touchdown pass of the year. Back in 30. There's your drive of the night, Devin, for Baylor. 73 yards in just 7 plays.
What a response.
Yeah, a big-time response.
Before that drive, they were getting dominated in the time of possession, right? And that kind of closed the gap with that drive. Nice job by Sawyer Robertson in that offense. We saw one earlier when he thought he might have an interception. He does it again here. We've got ourselves quite the battle, partner.
You think? We may have to call about timeouts late. You think there's a little get up and go in Kenny Dillingham? They got to give it up. He knows now that Baylor's going to have one last look with 2 minutes left and a couple of timeouts to work with as they punt the ball away. Kenyon Floyd gets his leg into it, and a fair catch is called by Cameron. 39-yard boot. Been a very active day in the Big 12 and elsewhere, and with all of that and to detail what's coming up on the State Farm halftime, here's Sarge.
Coming up on the State Farm halftime, Texas Tech and Utah in a battle for Big 12 supremacy. The first ranked matchup between Illinois and Indiana in 75 years. And see what Jackson Arnold did against his former team in Norman. Tim and Devin, how do you do? I'll send it back to you.
Yeah, for Baylor, head coach Dave Aranda said, hey, I just want to make sure you're not going to try and throw a pass, right? Because if you are, we may be able to get that football back with a borrowed timeout in the form of an incomplete pass.
Or, obviously.
Look at both of them. They're like, okay, let's roll into halftime. We both, that's a good round, good first round.
And anything can happen on a deep snap. It has been a very entertaining first half.
Oh, yeah. Just 10 points for each team. However, they have been throwing those blows, little body blows here, little body blows there.
Don't put me on the IR at halftime. That's the end of the half. We're going to go to our Los Angeles studios. Mike Hill, Coach Pete, Bruce Feldman. Fellas, how do you do? Team comparison is sponsored by IHG Hotels and Resorts. As we look at those halftime numbers in an evenly played game, and at 10-10, here we go with the second half, and we say hello and welcome to all of you. We've actually got a close game at long last, and you know what? Both coaches have to feel confident because, as you said earlier, don't tug on Superman's cape, and they both have Superman at quarterback.
Absolutely. They really like where they are. They like the position they're in with their quarterbacks at the end of the game, a tight game, with a chance to make that big play. This is going to be a good finish. I'm just telling you, these two quarterbacks are going to start to get going. You got Levitt, you've got Robertson. Oh, boy, I'm good. I'm ready.
I'll say this, though, partner. The defenses, particularly Baylor's, with all of their injuries up front.
Very impressive.
And they lost one of their top linebackers, forced into duty to start the first half of this game, and they still managed to keep Tyson from having a dynamic play. Baylor will kick it away to start the second half. Arizona State will touch it first. Jaron Hamilton in single safety. And yet another touchback. Let's go down to Josh R. Sims.
Well, Timmy B, I caught up with Kenny Dillingham just a few minutes ago. He told me in the first half, happy with the way the defense was playing, happy with how they played on offense. Said we had a limited amount of possessions. We made the most of it, but we're killing ourselves with these penalties, self-inflicted wounds. We need to clean those things up. But he said they're in good position heading into this half. They just need to put points on the board.
And look at those possessions too, Devin. You know, cleaning it up and making some dynamic plays, and Tyson's been unable to, and when he doesn't, they don't.
Yeah.
Inside the 15 to 40-yard punt. McLean Stadium, built about a dozen years ago. It's a thing of beauty on the Brazos. Fox College Football is sponsored by Google. No matter what question comes next, just ask Google. And by Wendy's. Get Wendy's $8 JBC meal deal. Limited time only. Let's go down to Josh Sims. Josh?
Well, Tim, remember Dave Aranda stressed that line of scrimmage battle. He told me at halftime, this is the best that offensive and defensive lines have done in terms of holding that line. He said at the same time, we need to be able to run the ball better. That's going to open up things for us on the offense and get our offense going and putting points on the board.
Yes. So the turnover leads to 3, much as it did to start this game. Nothing coming easily in the Big 12 tonight. This scoring summary is sponsored by Modelo. Now recruiting full-time fans. Please drink responsibly. Now let's go down to Josh Sims. Josh?
Well, Tim, the normally sure-handed Josh Cameron having a rough night. After that second lost fumble, he came over to the sideline, slammed his helmet down, kicked the bench, walked all the way down to the other side of the bench, and sat by himself. His wide receiver coach, Dallas Baker, came over, talked to him briefly, patted him on the back, gave him his helmet back, and he rejoined the offense. But this is one of the leaders of this team having a rough night and just itching for an opportunity to make up for it.
And Tim, he's a battler. Throughout his entire career, he's been a battler. He's been exemplary as far as the guy doing the right thing. So expect him to try to make a big play.
Ooh, Cole Wilson with a rare opportunity to bring it back, and he gets it out to the 29. Dare I say we're playing field position football in a Big 12 game? Are you kidding me? Fox College Football is sponsored by Ram Trucks. Nothing stops Ram. Wonderful Waco, home to the Baylor Bears, synonymous with the great Grant Taft, one of the all-time great coaches, AFCA leader and college football Hall of Famer. Now Dave Aranda at the controls of this program. As good as it gets, baby. 13-10. Can Baylor stand tall again in the red zone? Stay where you are. Fox College Football is sponsored by Ram Trucks. Nothing stops Ram. Baylor Bears are hoping to stop one more time Arizona State in the red zone. Look at that score by quarter. 31 total yards. 31. 22 on the ground and 9 passing for Baylor completely in the third quarter. They have been shut down completely in this second half by Arizona State defensively. And when you win the turnover battle, this Sun Devils team is a perfect 11-0. Now he's 8 out of 9 on the season is Jesus Gomez. And that lead is but 6. Still a one-score game as we promenade through the fourth quarter down here in Texas. How about this catch by the fan? That's a YouTube moment. Oh, he got it. He got it. We're good.
Close. Oh, he threw it back right away. Nice throw.
Fox College Football is sponsored by Pacific Life, building confident futures for nearly 160 years. Boy, oh boy, how many opportunities for Arizona State to take command of this game. And they've gone awry because Baylor's defense has just been too good in the red zone. 6-point game. Dave Aranda's team has managed to stay in it because of its defense.
Yes, it feels like almost solely because of defense.
Because their offense has been stagnant. The Arizona State defense has been money as well. And the touchback look at our game summary sponsored by Pacific Life, building confident futures for. Is that 160 years? I think I said that earlier. Yeah, look at this. Levitt loving to run and making some miraculous plays on his own, but unfortunately not getting much help. And at the goal line, getting stoned, forced out again. Air Robertson finally making some hay to give them an opportunity to get into the end zone.
And stay within striking distance.
Yeah. They're looking at yet another fourth down situation. And don't forget, next Friday night, under the lights in prime time, guess where we will be, sir? We will be in Tempe for the Big 12 showdown. TCU, who remained undefeated, taking the 104th meeting of the Iron Griddle today against TCU. They'll take on Arizona State Friday night at 9 Eastern, 8 Central on Fox.
And Tim,
yes,
when you say we, what do you mean by that?
That would be Josh, or Sims,
yep, okay.
you,
okay,
and Timmy B are there with you.
There we go. There we go.
We're looking forward to that one.
Got it.
And the Baylor Bears have the lead with just over 9 minutes remaining. Oh, yeah. You got the big names in a lot of places. But tonight, the big game is in the Big 12. And these two are going toe-to-toe. Tonight's Fan Cam is sponsored by Coca-Cola. Fan work is thirsty work. Got their own version of a little jump around going on here in Waco, Texas. They came out, of course, with that line, that traditional line of freshmen, bringing them out. Tyson.
He'll be there. He hasn't been there all day, but guess what? When you need him most, he's right there.
Oh, by the way, those are the spinners. And Arizona State's Tyson has them all spinning right now in Baylor. What a return to sender by Jordan Tyson. 7 plays, 84 yards, 3:22 off the clock. Eusebio had the key reception for 61 yards to set it all up. And then they go for 2, which is huge. We are tied at 24.
Hey, Tim, how about these stats? Third quarter, 31 yards for Baylor offense. In the fourth, 139. We've got ourselves a ball game.
Trig from the guy with the trigger, and we're tied. Fox College Football is sponsored by Payday Peanut Caramel Bar. Get to it. Well, that's what we've done here in the fourth quarter. We've seen a couple of offenses get to it. And we've seen 2 series from both teams that frankly were what we expected to see throughout the course of this game, and yet did not until it was winning time. And to your point at halftime, both quarterbacks put on their cape.
Oh, yeah.
They did.
We knew it. We knew that these coaches felt comfortable with their quarterbacks. The only issue is now it's war of attrition because both of them feel the same way, and they have delivered. When their best is required, they put it on full display here in the fourth.
Jaron Hamilton is back deep for Arizona State. Two timeouts remaining for Arizona State, all 3 for Baylor. We got a touchback. And Devin, our power player, is sponsored by Ram Trucks. Nothing stops Ram and nothing stops you when talking about a power player.
Oh, you gotta love a power player. And I talked about it in the beginning. I said, listen, when his best is required, he shows up every time, and we've seen it on full display. The beginning of the game was fairly, dare I say, pedestrian. But he has come to life when his team has needed it most, and it's been his arm that's made every single play here late in the game.
All right, right now, I'm thinking about Kenny Dillingham, and I'm thinking about what happened at the end of the Texas game in the CFP. I'm also thinking about what happened at the end of the game in Starkville when they came from 17 down, got a lead, and yet a bust cost them, and they were upset by the state team in Stark Vegas. We got a... He got it. Arizona State wins. They moved to 3-1, but they are undefeated in Big 12 play. And that makes such a difference for them going into next week.
And Tim, when they win the turnover battle, they're now 12-0. What an outstanding job by both sides. But Arizona State and their quarterback, Sam Levitt, he's the last person to have the football, and he got it done for his team.
Well, we want to thank you for watching this one here in Waco. Our many thanks to Jake Jolivet and Dustin Denty for all the wonderful shots. Josh Franz, our broadcast associate. There's the winning kick from Jesus Gomez. In the booth, Scott Alexander, Brett Bender, Jack Tuttle. For all of them, Devin Gardner and Josh Sims, Tim Brando is saying so long. After the break, we'll send you to the Coliseum in Los Angeles, where USC takes on Michigan State in the Big Ten. Good night. We'll see you Friday in Tempe.